Okay, 1218, good luck. That should be green there. 5,200 games there. It's just gone green. We'll play the carrot. You can pretty much pre-move d5 in the carrot if you want to, but no need to pre-move. It is a rapid game. Okay, we get the advance, so we'll develop the bishop. Okay, goes for the very attacking g4 line, so we just drop the bishop back here, maybe queen across, with a view to pushing. Depends what my opponent plays, we could do this as well. We could potentially even lash straight out, just to try and break all the structure up. Most carrows you're trying to stop white in the advance playing e6. So that's what you're looking for in most of them. So I can do this and see, does this, I can just go here initially with a check threat. He'll probably have to play knight up. I think e6 is just sensible. Then still queen across with a view to c5. I can play c5 immediately. Probably got to play knight up, otherwise there's an annoying queen check threat in. Then it just messes your king's position up. Oh, he hasn't played it, so I can go here now, and he's going to have to move the king. If he goes on a light square, we can take a pawn. I mean, it's worth throwing it in any event. Just see what he does, but otherwise I'll just be aiming to play c5. So he's gone on the dark square. Now I've got a check, and I can try and collect here. And you surely can't come there. So if I check and you go here, can I sack a bishop? If you take queen check, you're in a heap full of trouble, surely. It looks like a good move in any event, this, but maybe just a simple knight block. And the knight actually guards both pawns, so... Yeah, I'm just going to play c5. I've got the option to drop the queen back if needed. I'm developing the knight. Threatening to open the position up, but yeah. If I go here, the knight to e2 and it guards both pawns, and there's no obvious initial attack there. Oh, now there might be. So again, check, knight across, pawn takes. It's whether I want to do the check or take first. I think I just take, and now there is a threat coming in, I think. Oh, he's played the knight up, but now I've got check. You're going to have to block here. There's got to be something here. I mustn't forget my queen's under attack, though. Check. You should just go here, and I don't think I've actually got anything. Check here, takes. I don't think I've got nothing here. It's very committal. I'm just going to drop back. Again, just develop the knight. Bishop onto the dangerous diagonal. If a queen comes off, then I might be able to just fly straight back, and the knight's obviously not there to defend. Yeah, the knight's gone there, so now can I just simply bring the queen back? Knight up is a move to hit the bishop. Queen back, if I get a check and you go here, there is a loose pawn. How do you get the king safe? Maybe knight here. But then check, and I'm still hitting the pawn. I like the idea of just coming straight back again with a view to a check to hit the pawn. I've got to still be sensible here, though. I can't take it too for granted. So I still need to think about my own king's safety, and these pawns are very advanced. So if we go this side, you can imagine if white gets developed, there are still risks in the position. The knight up might be a perfectly sensible move there, try and get rid of this bishop. but I'll just let white worry about their move now and then worry about what to do. Yeah, the queen's gone there to defend, that's logical. I like the idea of knight up to hit the bishop with a view to bishop c6. If their pawn up takes, queen takes, or king takes, bishop up, it feels like a very good position. So I'm going here to hit the bishop. There is no check, my bishop's here. Could move the bishop back and then I can put the bishop on the diagonal anywhere with a view to threaten to push. My queen can still bail out. Again, get the cursor off the board so there's no accidental slips. Right, he's played the bishop back, so now my intended move was bishop here, threatening obviously to push and hit the diagonal. There might be a move like rook across, but it's just going to naturally push my opponent into developing the pawn. Bishop here though, and there is a threat, and then the knight has a nice square as well, so I'm just going here. Knight down might be a move, but my knight does cover the bishop, and I can maybe just get on with development somehow. Or maybe even just drop the queen back. Or even knight here might be a good move for my opponent. I can drop the knight back here potentially, or here. Or just the bishop straight up to attack. It's actually maybe not as bad as it looks for white here. Okay, it's managed to find that move, so bishop up was my intended move. It kind of encourages my opponent to play the right move, so... But I don't think I've got anything better. So I'm going to play it and try not to burn the clock. Pawn down. I could take, or I can drop the knight back. I'd most likely take the knight. But I'm not sure, because then I'll end up coming back anyhow. Again, get the cursor off the board so there's no accidental slips. Yeah, it has indeed gone forward, so I'm just looking at taking there. It'll get a pawn across, a decent centre, but then it's harder to get the king safe. My alternative is to come here, allow bishop takes, pawn takes. Actually, yeah, if I do that, I'm going to lose this bishop. So I need to take. And then you've got a choice of which one you want to capture back. And then maybe I'll just play knight up to prepare castling. This knight can come safely back now. Mind you, knight up and my queen's a bit restricted. Yeah, queen's a bit restricted. Knight up. And there's no obvious path to go to. But I'm not seeing anything better though. So I'm going to do it. Maybe just come here and round the angles. At least I've got the option to castle either side now, but the queen could become a bit of a target. Okay, I'm just going to drop back there. Okay, it comes forward through preparing a threat, so it's logical. So knight back, I think, is a move here. I see this bishop can drop back as well if needed, but right now we just take if the pawn pushes. So getting very aggressive here. So I think I'm going to get castled now and just drop back if I need to, and then challenge the pawns. Try and activate the rook. Just say, gotta watch out for attacks on the queen, something like this at the right moment. F6 might be a move to try and open a file up. Goes there to hit the knight. So do I want to give up an exchange here? I'm looking at rook across. The knight's guarded, but then it kind of loses a square to go to. I'm going to go here anyway to break the pin. But my knight is very short of squares now. I mean, there is a square here, but it's not very good. Opponent's actually doing pretty well here now. But the king's in a very vulnerable position. Again, just get the cursor off the board. Worry about my move when it's my turn. Okay, the bishop comes in. I thought I could just drop the knight back here. Then it activates my rook as well. So I'm going to do that. Again, a pre-move in case captures the knight. Yeah, g5 actually might be quite an annoying move for my queen, mightn't it? g5 could be annoying. I'm just going to kick the bishop there. Okay. How on earth do I do this? I need to get my queen into play. This is a mistake here, I think. Knight here. Down. Check. I'm looking at doing this to encourage this move. I guess I've got takes, takes, and here. Although my knight would be loose, but I think it's a risk worth taking. It gives my queen a path back. Here, there's all sorts of threats, and that would be a check. We'd hit the bishop as well, but my knight would be under attack. But I'm just basically looking to get my queen back. But as soon as my queen leaves, it gives white free rein to just push the pawns up the board. Or potentially. Ooh, king forward. I don't see what that's achieving. Takes here, there's no tactic. I'm just looking at doubling the rooks up then. I don't see nothing better. So I'm going to do that and just double up. Oh, see, I'm up on the clock. It might be sensible just to drop back here. It's gone for that attack on the queen. So where do we go? If I go here, I might run into this sort of idea. If I come back, I can shift the knight. But if I go here, I guess I could shift the knight anywhere. It's just a little bit riskier, but I can get the queen. No, I can't get the queen forward, can I? Let's come back and drop the knight back. Maybe we can take, and sack a knight. It's a very dangerous position, actually, this now. Opponent's played this very well. I've probably misplayed this. Takes, takes. Oh, he's gone with that one. I thought that was a mistake, because now I can come round. Not easy to shift. I'm going to pop the knight straight here if I can. Obviously, you're basically committed. You're going to have to try and fly forward now. And rook across. Excuse me. Or maybe pawn here. Let's go here. Rook up might be a threat. Well, rook up is a threat. So rook up, how do you deal with it? Let's just see how you deal with the threat. Opponent on the whole has dealt with this game very well, though. There's no guarantee of a win here, but I am well up on the clock. I've got to slow down, use my time. King's gone back, so now I can take with the knight and get rid of one of these. Or take with a check. I think the knight makes sense. And then there's a potential check here if the queen wanders off the file. My rook is guarded, although it's kind of under attack now from the bishop. But obviously I can take the bishop if I wish. It depends where the queen goes. And get the cursor off the board. Oh, so the queen's gone there. So is there any tactics here? I've got check. And you have to go back. It feels like there should be something here. Can I just sack the rook? Check the queen takes. I probably just have to take the bishop. I don't see the forced win, so I'm just going to try and get activity and stay up on the clock. Oh, I've just missed a pin. What a stupid quick move. Rook across won the queen. Just a silly quick move. Simple rook across with a pin and it was over. That was really stupid. Okay, I'm going to try and get the queen off the board. Let's get the risk out of the game, because there is still risk in the game here. If the queen gets across here, I'll have to push up. Right, now the queen's off the board, so it should be cleanly winning now. Let's get the rook out of the firing line. Knight takes. Really, really good effort by my opponent. I've definitely gone wrong in places, haven't I? I have not played this too brilliantly well, but should be good enough. Okay, so we have a check. We can go here. I think just try and get the rook off the board. Oh, that's a pawn. Which one do I want? I go this way or this way? He's trying to maybe create a mate threat, so I'm going to go with this one. Otherwise, there was a potential checkmate threat. Yeah, that's what he's aimed for. He actually blundered a check here, I think. There's no attack on my queen, so we just collect the rook. Sorry, no attack on my rook from the king is what I meant. So check. Oh, actually, we can just pin the knight there, knight for knight. Really good effort by my opponent this sort, really good. Just push the pawn now. Okay, we get the win, but well done.